This isn't a very large screen, and it just feels very, very weird and awkward there. It gets better, I guess, down here. This is a book. This is a book on the internet right now. Why should they be clicking? Especially when they're seeing other ads. I would probably keep the phone number and the book appointment piece as you're starting to scroll, but that's nice. Hey everybody, Justin Rondo here, president of InvisiblePPC, and today we're going to be evaluating another local marketing funnel from the good old Google Ads. So we're doing a PPC local funnel breakdown. This one's going to be super fun. So it's very much just very regional. It's just in one city in Utah, Murray, Utah, I think it is. And we're looking at all things auto repair, right? So all things auto repair. All right, so let's take a look at what we're seeing in here. So we found 9 competitors while we were running this little reveal or our spy tool for a week. So only 9 of them in that main region, and there were 96 total ads that were running. I'm going to drop into the keywords real quick so we can see, what we were going after here. So we had car transmission expert, car mechanic, car transmission repair, transmission services, auto repair shop, and car repair shop. And you can see a lot of people, a lot of advertisers showing up here. Fewer on these, which is actually a little bit odd. These were actually running only on desktop at the moment. So we were just taking a look at desktop stuff. You can look at it from a mobile perspective. We'll actually look at the mobile landing pages as well. So let's take a look at some of the advertisers. All right, so let's go dive in and see who's actually advertising on some of these keywords. All right, so we have Amco Utah, freewaytransmission.com, J&J Transmission, Conrad Auto. Okay. So what we're seeing here, so what you're seeing in this chart right now is just their overall visibility. And what we're saying, like how we're calculating visibility is when we run this report, and we did this for all of those keywords every hour for 7 days, that during that period of time, this advertiser showed up 37.5% of the time. Similarly, 12.5, 8.1, 3.8. So if you're in the advertising world, like you're an advertising agency, you actually have some serious opportunity here to reach out, because even though Amco is at the top, they're still losing share to some people in a relatively limited competition sphere. For those types of keywords with only these few people showing up, it's kind of wild. I feel like they could probably take away with it. And then likewise, you could be reaching out to people at Freeway Transmission or J&J Transmission or to say, hey, you're only getting about 10% of all visibility over a week period. How would you like to get more of that? How would you like to cut in to what the top dog is doing here? You all know, all of them understand the importance of Google Ads because they wouldn't be advertising if they didn't. All right, so let's scroll down a little bit more. We have this cool table here that breaks it down. Nothing changing in terms of overall visibility, because that'd be crazy if it wasn't different. But we also get to see like for how many keywords. I think we had like 7 keywords. They showed up for 5 of them. Everybody else showing up for only a handful, 2 to 1. But man, the number of ads that we're seeing, like unique ads, I mean, these could also just be different just in terms of, slight changes in them. But if there was a slight difference, then we brought it into the application. And then average ad position, where, man, Amco's just crushing right there. And then whenever Freeway Transmission in their 12.5% there, they're generally landing up on front on top as well. So now let's take a look at the ad copy, and then we'll do that for a couple of advertisers. I normally like to do it for like 4 or 5. That'd be almost more than half of everybody we saw here. So we'll grab a couple and we'll take a look at how they're performing. All right. So obviously let's look at the one that's getting all of the views, has the highest visibility. Let's look at Amco. All right. So let's see, for auto repair shop, fast and affordable. We're here for you. Cool. They're not really talking about the fact that it's an auto repair shop or transmission repair or anything there in the headline. They're leaning into just, hey, this is fast and affordable. What is it? What is fast and affordable? You do want to reiterate or even just insert kind of the keyword. It's like fast and affordable auto repair, fast and affordable transmission repair, something like that to really dive in. People might forget actually what they searched for, and that's probably actually not the case. They just need to be reminded of what they're searching for. So don't make people think, don't make people work, don't make people have to recall, right? Put it in their face. Remind them about that. You can do it with keyword insertion. You do all sorts of fun things. So fast and affordable, we're here for you. Cool. Count on our experience, locally owned store to help you save money on all your repairs. Honest and fair transmission repair. Let's keep your car running. Awesome. This is going hard in the paint on the transmission side of things, even though the keyword's auto repair shop. That could cause some issues, especially since, this might not necessarily need transmission repair, and you're sending them to a transmission landing page, which I got to say, I'm so glad to see the letters LP on there. Whenever you see that in a URL, it's going to be a landing page. So I'm stoked to take a look at that to see how that's going. But let's scroll down a little bit more. Car transmission expert. See, now this is nice. Fast and affordable transmission shop near me, Murray. Okay, it's only kind of nice. The fact that they bring up transmission services here, this is just it feels like they're throwing everything as like anything possible that someone would type in that headline. But I bet it's actually probably a little bit more effective than this one, especially since they're calling out transmission services and transmission is here at the top. Kind of experience locally owned store. That's still awkwardly written. Just something to tighten up there. Let's see. Murray Transmission Shop. Yep, I like that. Transmission expert, Murray Transmission, fast and affordable. Okay, so they're doing exactly what I said to do here for transmission, just not for auto repair. Let's see. Car transmission, Amco and Murray. Transmission repair. Yeah, so these are pretty solid. Okay, cool. And then they do have, that's also nice to see, is that they do have extensions turned on. Extensions don't always show up. There's going to be a lot of different factors that get them to showing up, but that's good to see that they have those as an option. If you see a advertiser that has none of them showing up, that could be either be reflective in how Google thinks the quality is, or they just didn't do it, which they should, because ad extensions are awesome. All right, so let's see. Let's click into the landing page. I'm super curious. All right, so okay, that took a little bit to load. All right, so this is a different type of page, and I'm looking at this on like a MacBook Air laptop page. So this isn't a very large screen, and it just feels very, very weird and awkward there. Like, it gets better, I guess, down here. But let's take a look. Amco transmission repair. This would be very effective for all of these ads. Granted, this talks about transmission repair in here, but they weren't necessarily searching for that. You might need a more generalist like auto repair page. I don't know, but I do like how this is a traditional squeeze page. I mean, there's no navigation on here. They might need some to connect back for compliance reasons to the actual main website, but whatever. So Amco transmission repair, Murray, Utah. So they're calling out exactly what it is, where they're at, some credibility, some even more credibility. And Amco, we are the expert in transmission repair. We've been in the industry for 50 years. Cool. This is linkable. I'd underline it. And then, yeah, so now you have select your service. Cool. So standard kind of walkthrough form. I like how they're defaulting on Murray there. They're defaulting transmission repair because they have this as a transmission page. No rip-off pricing. It's a good way to put it. You might want to, instead of just putting in random acts of benefits, be like, why choose us? Call that out to have some level of narrative there. That'd be nice. Let's hit next. And does this all stay on the page? I'm curious. It's loading. All right. Well, while that loads, let's keep going. RxP saves you money. Our warranty protects your repairs. That's okay. Cool. So when they click through that, then it goes into book a call, book a time to come in, all that good stuff. Awesome. One thing they could do here, if they're worried about people not completing all the steps, is transmission, right? And email or phone number, then next. You're going to have less people get to step 2. But if they abandon at any point in time, then you can reach back out to them. So just something to consider. And like I said, now you're moving to the next spot. You want to give some context versus say, hey, these are all these great things. They're all great stuff. Free diagnostics, free towing, quality repairs, and the like. So then you're getting into just imagery on stuff. Paragraphs, people aren't going to read it. If you're going to have a paragraph, bold in certain areas to make sure things pop out. Free vehicle diagnostics. You could probably get away with this going bye-bye and pushing this up, even though that would look a little weird with how this is designed in terms of the 2-block option. So maybe you're doing that from a aesthetic side of things. Transmission services. I'd move this up, actually, on the transmission services side of things. I think that'd be a tight way to do it. Then you get into happy customers. That's great. Number 1 transmission shop. Cool. Book a meeting, those types of things. All good. But if you're talking, if it's transmission page and you're getting free dot in those types of things, I think you have this, man, talk about the different services you have, then get into your expertise, potentially keep this stuff in there, but generally a tight page. I'm curious how it would look on mobile. Let's inspect, go back. All right. So, a lot of copy here at the top, not as mobile responsive as I'd like it to be. You'd probably want to have AAMCO transmission repair. And again, this is just rendering on like my computer. You can look at it on the actual phone there. But probably after that and your 4 stars, you're going to want to book an appointment right underneath that. You can either keep this and put it underneath or get rid of it altogether. You have your why, choose us. Again, you could probably just jump into the our expertise saves you time and money. This is just taking up a lot of screen time. That's a good call out again. Again, a lot of images here. So yeah, a lot of your people are going to be coming on mobile. So just something to pay attention to there. If you're spending so much on to, have 37% visibility as well as be average ranking number 1. So you're showing up all the time. So cool. All right. So that is AAMCO. I'm kind of curious right now too. Let's take a look. All locations. Let's look at how often they're showing up. This is a nice little report you can pull to see like when they're showing up. So very rarely they're not showing up. They're not advertising on Saturday and Sunday. So my guess is they're not open then. If you're an auto body shop trying to go after these folks, weekends might be your time. And then, yeah, Tuesday. Okay, yeah. So they're showing up a decent amount, but they're cutting off around 9 p.m., 8 p.m. it looks like generally. And then weekends kind of light. So there's some opportunity there. That's why I love these types of reports. I don't talk about them all too much because there isn't always something like useful. But when you're in the very regional areas, it actually could be, can lead to some interesting stuff. So let's go back to our advertisers here and let's just kind of go down the line. Let's do J&G transmissions. So let's go advertisers. Oh, looks like we're doing J&G first because that was what was in my head. All right, cool. So they're coming up they have 3 ads. Car transmission expert is the only keyword that we actually ended up seeing that we were looking after that this popped up for. J&G transmissions located in Murray, Utah. Okay, yeah, perfect because they're in Murray. That'd be a shame if it said anything else. We help with your transition repair needs. Highlight free computerized diagnostic available, multiple financing options. Okay, so letting them know that, hey, you don't have to pay it all up front. Transmission shop, cool. J&G transmissions. Yeah, not a bad ad. I'd probably look into ways that you could kind of entice them to click a little bit more. This is just very much this is what it is. Like, why should they be clicking? Especially when they're seeing other ads, like they saw with AAMCO, that's saying like, hey, like, this is, fast and affordable and those types of things. Like, what can you be saying that would make someone go like, oh, cool. Like financing is a good one. Like, or like fair price transmission repair, something along those lines, just to let people know, like, you're just not the transmission shop, that you're a transmission shop. And here's why you should work with you. Like, why they should work with you. I already see a huge problem popping up right now, and it's going to be where they send me. If you look at that is saying it is a home page. So let's take a look. And that, my friends, is a home page. All right. So updated transmissions. Ooh, yikes. Okay. So let's take a look at that. J&G transmissions located in Murray. Cool. There's J&G transmission. So that they're reiterating it up at the top where you'd expect them to. Phone number's there. It's click to call. Are these all on the same page? No, they're going to be going through different things. That's a pretty large image, and this is a ton of real estate you're taking up here without kind of what to do next, right? In the ad, you're saying, hey, we will help you with transmission repair needs, which is still kind of vague, but what are you doing? Are you doing transmission repairs, transmission replacements? What is it? Updated transmissions says absolutely nothing to me. Do you have a text box? That's cool here. All right, got some stuff. No headline, so kind of random act of truck and dude. Then, yep. Okay. So 2-minute, 58-second video talking through like probably all this great stuff that you should be talking about up here. You could even have the video up there and kind of go split screen on that, being like, hey, repair, like transmission repair and replacement, serving Murray for this long. But that's the problem when you go to a homepage. You're trying to do too much. Like my guess is like, this is our branding. We want people to feel like this freedom and all this other stuff. And we have the updated transmissions, which I don't know. I don't know what that means. Why choose J&G? Now you're getting into like the reasons to do things. The motion, fine. But you probably would just want to keep those on the place. Like if you want to keep them focused on like what's critical is that get approved button, which is the smallest element on the page. Multiple financing options, OAC, free 24-hour local towing on major repairs in a 20-mile radius, free computerized diagnostic, same-day service, most cases. All of these are awesome things. All of these should be up here, right? I think you'd have a better shot at kind of like winning folks over is if you had like either cars or like transmission style like images like we saw with AMCO, and this was up top, and it could be like, transmission repair and replacement, choose J&G serving the Murray, Utah for this long. Here's why you'd want to work with us. Then you have the get financing piece underneath there. And then, yeah, I think you're looking good there. There's a lot of decent elements on this page. Are all rebuilt transmissions updated? No, unless transmission repair shop tells you they are updating the transmission, they are not. What is updating a transmission? That's the other, like, is this the actual question people are asking? And that just links you back to the top. So careful, like that's a link. I don't know if this is the right question. When you do FAQs, you're doing any sort of like question type stuff, make sure it's the stuff that people actually are asking. Like, I don't know if that's the question that people will be asking. Again, I'm also not in that spot. Need to know fast lane service, parts and rebuild contact. This is an odd navigation section. Fast lane service. This is awesome. Oh, this is a really great element. And under 48 hours for the following models. Like this, you could probably move it, get it the heck out of there. I think your best content is between here, which you can repurpose for the top there, get financing now, have one of these cars, 48 hours, your stuff is good to go, right? And then you can get into, what is an updated transmission? Are all transmissions updated? And then go into get a quote. Like, I think that's a much more solid flow. And that's what I do for a landing page. Like, you're spending money on ads to send them here, and people have got to be confused. I know bounce rates have gone the way of the dodo bird in terms of like Google Analytics and those things, but I bet your on-site time's not great from Google ads at this point because they just don't know what to do. Remember, you want to have consistency not just from the keyword to the ad, but the ad to the landing page. And in this case, the homepage. So even though Murray's wasn't the great, or Amco's Murray's wasn't the greatest landing page, at least they had some decent elements there, and they had a level of consistency from most of their ads, right? Not the one that had the most visibility. Okay, let's take a look at, actually, it's a homepage, so let's actually see. I didn't do this last. Let's see how this looks on mobile. Inspect. Yeah, so you're getting your hamburger menu right there as part of everything. That's generally up for the top left. This is an important piece for you, getting that phone number in there. But again, like, you want to be able to say, remind people why they're there, what you do, what to do next in 2 finger scrolls, and you get there at like the third here. So I think you can do a lot more with this initial spot here. And if you're like, Justin, shut up. Like, this is our homepage. I don't want to change that. This is what we're about. Cool. Create a landing page and do what I just said. And you will have a much better conversion rate on these ads. All right. Let us check out another. So freeway transmissions is where I said we were going next. Let's do it. Freeway. Cool. All righty. So they've got a bunch of ads, not as much as AMCO 76, and not as few as J&G's 3. So car transmission repair, boom, look, it's right there. Voted best service. See, now they're giving a reason, not just this is what it is. What isn't always the reason for people to click. It's just not. You need to give people a why. And voted best service, cool. that would be a reason for me to click that ad and consider you. Our shop can fix your car's transmission problems with years of combined repair experience. Kind of bleh. Do you do financing options? How fast can you do this? I loved what J&G had. It's like, hey, we can do this in 48 hours if you meet these standards. All right, so let's take a look. And so, auto transmission repair voted best service for transmission services. Best transmission shop voted number. So they're really going in on voted number one car transmission shop, affordable pricing. I like affordable pricing there. But yeah, they're doing a little bit more than A+ rated service. Cool. They're doing a little bit more than what I was seeing from J&G in terms of giving you a reason to do things. And here we are again. We are going fast lane to exits on a page and wasted money, which is the homepage. All right. So this is a more traditional homepage that I'm looking at here. All right. So scrolling down. And one of the reasons I knock on homepages so much when it comes to paid ads is because paid ads are very specific and you need to keep people's attention. You have so much information about the people coming to your page in general as well. You don't need to have all these things up here. They're coming from Murray, right? You don't need to have West Jordan, Salt Lake City, warehouse. You just don't need to have that. These are people clicking from Murray. Just so have Murray up there or just Murray's number, right? So that's fine. And then you're getting into, this is the, navigation of doom in terms of like where people need to be going. If you know that you're here for auto transmission repair, which it sounds a whole lot like they would be since they clicked an ad that said auto transmission repair, you don't need all this stuff. You just don't. So Salt Lake City, Utah, auto transmission repair, I'd say Murray because it's for Murray. Freeway transmission and clutches is a family-owned operating business with 3 shops. See, you're talking a lot about yourself here. Again, it's a homepage. If this wasn't your homepage, it would need to be about them. You do build up, been serving the area, serving Murray for this since 1967. Can be just like, Salt Lake City, Utah, or Murray, Utah, auto transmission repair, serving the community since 1967. And then you get into what you can do for them, right? You want to be forward facing. We specialize in remanufactured auto transmissions in both foreign and domestic cars. Great. You need to turn that around into them. Like, how many times do they say we or I in here? 27 we's. That's not actually true. Let me do it this way. 8. That's still not the best. 27 was way worse, but I wasn't giving them the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, and then you're giving people 3 options here. So estimates, diagnosis, schedule. What happens when I do that? Okay, bring you to a form. What happens when I do this? Bring you to the same form. Nope, diagnosis is different. Auto repair and service estimates. Diagnosis. What's changing? Okay, it's some of the questions you're asking, and then schedule. Okay. I would try and keep this to a single form where you're trying to gather that information and then let them choose on the form. Do they need an estimate, diagnosis, schedule, and then you can have conditional logic to put in the right questions that you need to ask next versus having like 3 options. Again, this is your homepage. If there's a landing page, that's how I do it. Best transmission shop. This is a book. This is a book on the internet right now. And I know that sounds like super anti-intellectual or just like, hey, reading's dumb. This is a lot for people to read, especially people who just clicked an ad that said, I need help with my transmission, right? Just something to consider. Happy clients. Hey, I love it. You're getting that type of stuff in there. Cool. Trusted reputation. Better Bureau, expert service, all services, where we care, family owned towing. And yeah, so now you're getting to some pretty okay things in here. These are some decent elements for a homepage, and even here, expert services, like what you take care of. These are nice. If this was a landing page, it'd also include like the map, like where you're at, so they can kind of connect that. That's kind of a standard thing you'd be doing for local services. But let's see here. How does this look on the old mobile? Okay, yeah. Hoo-wee. Hoo-wee. I do like this. Call, schedule, estimates, map. On a phone, that's awesome. And granted, again, I hate when things go to landing pages. Go to home pages. I bet mobile traffic converts significantly better than desktop traffic in this case. But the fact that you're starting with, again, this online, like what's essentially an ebook right now. I'm sorry, that's a not great joke. But that's a lot for people to consume, right? I'd be saying, Salt Lake City, like best transmission shop in Salt Lake City or in Murray or in whatever you're doing, and then kind of giving them those reasons. It's like, or you could even have like you could even have a headline above these. I don't know how you do. Technically how you'd be able to pull it off, because I do like how this is there. But you could have another piece that's like, need your transmission repaired or serviced. Here's how. Call, schedule, estimate those, and then you kind of can have really whatever you want in here. And then you get into happy clients. The padding here is a little awkward. Trusted reputation, cool. Again, like bold out, and this goes for the desktop side as well. It's like, just like, don't expect people to read all these. Like, I'd bold where you want people to read, or just cut it down. And then you're getting into this again, which is cool. All services. Yeah. So again, I think you have really good elements below the fold. You need to kind of figure out what you want to be doing with this kind of like almost letter from the editor, right? All right. So those were three examples. Let's take a look at one more real quick. I have a little bit more time. Let's see. Let us see. I kind of want to let's go with Service Masters. I think they only have like one ad. Service Masters. Ads 2. All right, let's take a look. This will be a nice and easy one. Service. There we go. All right. All right, so they're showing up for car mechanic and car transmission expert. Automotive mechanic near me, perfect. If they're showing up in Murray automotive mechanic in Murray, or auto mechanic Murray, something like that. 5-star rated auto mechanic, cool. You're really pushing in that mechanic keyword. That's great. ASC certified auto mechanics, all makes and models, 3 or 36. Love it. This is great. Everybody should have something like this in their ads, especially in the car, like automotive space. Very good. We fix all makes and models. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Solid. That's probably the best ad I saw all day. Right there. We fix all makes and models. Same day appointments available. Like, heck yeah. The trick will be, are there actual, when they try to book, is it actually available? And I know you can't control that sometimes, but that's a really good one. Like, this is hands down best ad of the day. Good job. Unfortunately, we know where we're headed. All right, where clicks go to die. Let's go to the homepage. All right. Service Masters, we are here for all your this is nice. Like, for being a homepage, there's all sorts of stuff that, too much of this stuff up here, actually, if for car transmission, that'd be too much. Like, you could send them maybe to a service page if it looks good, and is designed for conversions, but you definitely want to have a landing page. We're here for all your, so I like how they have all makes and models. We'll fix it right. And now all makes and models, really pushing that same day service. Cool. Convenient auto repair. That's all great stuff. Diagnostics, electrical. If you, whenever you're using like this type of thing, there they are. I wouldn't have those arrows hidden. I just have those showing up, because these things are the worst. Welcome to Service Masters. Again, kind of a lot of dense copy here. You could probably either, again, cause bolding for people who are scanning, or use bolding and bullets for where people are scanning. I'd recommend 3 or 36K warranty. Feels like something's supposed to be here, but it's fine. For a homepage, this isn't the worst I've ever seen for someone running ads, especially for generic, just generic car, like auto repair. For transmissions, likely, let's see, do they have transmissions in here? They don't. Okay. So it would be better if you could kind of knock out this stuff at the top. Book appointment there. You do need more like calls to action on here. That's, I think, the one thing that's missing. A lot of great information. You'd have to make the ask still on this page. So let's see how this looks. Okay. Book appointment. Is that sticky? Yeah. Okay. I would probably keep the phone number and the book appointment piece as you're starting to scroll, but that's nice. I don't want to click that just in case. But yeah, overall, for a homepage, this isn't the worst I've ever seen. Again, this is a great mobile landing page. The only problem that I'd see is like, hey, if someone's here for like looking for transmissions, even though this is coming up for a we fix all makes and models and it's more general auto repair, that person's going to be a little confused still. But that being said, I think you could literally clone this page, get more CTAs in there, or just hide, like use some sort of dynamic personalization based off of a source to hide things like navigation, just keep people focused there. And then you might be, sitting pretty. So yeah. All right. That is that. So yeah, it was fun taking a look at like one city in Utah to see like what's going on in the auto repair space. Auto repair is actually one of the kind of most booming niches that we're seeing right now at Invisible. And that, and there's a lot of other top niches that are actually kind of sad. But if you're ever curious about our top niches, just reach out. All right, that's it. So if you like what you saw, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want us to take a look at a particular niche in a particular location, just drop that in the comments, or just, comments, shoot us a message, check me out on LinkedIn, just find me, and I'll try and do one of these for you as well. This is one of my favorite things to do during the day, and I'm excited to do the next one. So I'll see you all there.